Hello, my name is Chris if you didn't already know, and welcome to my show, SmegChris Review. Before I review a movie, I just want to talk about a television show, Gotham Season 5. First things first, I'm still mad at Fox for cancelling this show, and the fact that they only gave him half a season. This show should have been going on for at least another 10 years. Second of all, I kind of enjoyed the season, mostly. I did like the way they started it, showing what's actually going to happen near the end. Sort of a preview of what's to come, and I also like the introduction of some characters like Bane. However, I want to highlight the very last episode. I was disappointed. Don't worry, I did enjoy some of it. For example, the Riddler and the Penguin's costumes, they were fantastic. I also thought that was amusing that Gordon had a moustache at the beginning and decided to shave it off. And also the fact that Barbara Keane has finally calmed down and become normal again. Oh, and I love the new Selina. She looks just like the original actress. Just all grown up. However, and here's my main gripe, right? Bruce Wayne disappears at the beginning, and then when he comes back, oh, there's a new character, Batman. Oh, who could he be? It certainly can't be Bruce Wayne, who's rich and he's just come back at the exact same time as this character's shown up. And it certainly can't be obvious because Alfred's next to Gordon and Bullock saying, oh, who's this new person? Oh, what's this spotlight for? The thickest character in the entire franchise would get who that is. Seriously, if I was them and, you know, had another 10 years of the series, what I would have done was have Batman show up about 6 months before Bruce Wayne's return. That way people won't add 2 and 2 and get 4. It's blatantly obvious who Batman is. And that was one of my main worries as the series progressed, was Bruce Wayne kept getting into these serious situations, fighting his way out, like that brilliant episode where he went up against Jerome. And all I could think was that eventually when Batman does show up, everyone's going to know it's Bruce Wayne, because he's acting like Batman already. Seriously, it has annoyed me that they actually went and did exactly what I feared. So basically what I'm saying is I was kind of annoyed with the last episode of Gotham. I mean, it wasn't all bad, but it wasn't great either. And it's also a shame that one of my current favourite shows has now ended. Anyway, time to talk about a movie. If you can tell from my t-shirt, I'm going to review Spider-Man Far From Home, and also the title down there. And before I talk about it, just so you know, there may be spoilers. I've no idea because, like I said on the last video, that I don't have a script, I just have bullet points, so I don't know what I'm going to say. Right from the start of this film provides some spoilers for Avengers Endgame, so if you've not seen that one, don't watch this one yet. That's one of my main gripes about Marvel these days. It all intermingles. So let me just quickly talk about the story. It's about Peter Parker who, after what happened in Endgame, he just wants to live a normal teenage life and go on this school trip with his friends. Except Nick Fury shows up and he wants his help. But Peter turns him down, and that's when Nick Fury takes over the school trip. During the time that Nick Fury is trying to get Peter to help out, he introduces him to a character called Mysterio, a brand new superhero, or so we're made to believe. But because I know the character is actually a villain, when it came to that twist, I wasn't surprised. In fact, I spent most of the time waiting for it to happen. The film does provide some brilliant action here and there, and when Mysterio finally does show his true colours, it was kind of interesting because they showed that he was actually in the MCU here and there previously, but we'd never actually noticed. As for other characters, we got an interesting dynamic with MJ that I enjoyed. It just proved that her character was seriously underused in the first Spider-Man movie. Here's where I talk about some of the bad points of the film. Like, for example, the first battle between Spider-Man and Mysterio, it was eventually into this virtual reality thing, and I just could not make head or tail of what was happening. It felt too overwhelming and it went on for far too long. I also felt that this film didn't quite have that same spark that the first one did. I mean, yeah, it was a reboot of a film series, but at least it still felt fresh. This one, not so much. But I have to say the final battle in this one was far better than the last one. And again, there was plenty of humour in this, but it was the story that drove the film. All the actors were good. Jake Gyllenhaal was a great Mysterio. He seemed to fit that role perfectly, and it looked like he was having fun playing it as well. Oh, and what was hilarious was Happy and Aunt May's budding romance. And I also liked the fact that MJ discovered Peter's secret. The way that played out, I just loved every second of it. And of course, with all Marvel films, there are 2 post-credit scenes, and they were both brilliant. The first one was a little throwback to the original Spider-Man that left it open-ended for what's coming next. And the second one was very interesting and funny, but you'll only understand it if you've watched Captain Marvel. This film is another great entry into the MCU. Overall, I give Spider-Man Far From Home a It's not quite as good as Homecoming, but it's far superior to both amazing Spider-Man films. And there you go, that's my review of Spider-Man Far From Home. All that's left for me to say now is thank you for watching and subscribing if you have, and liking this video if you did. Until the next time, peace out. I can't believe it. It's a miracle. I just can't get over it. My brain's ready to explode about this. Marvel have not got another trailer for their next film yet. Usually by now we'll have seen the trailer for the next film and it'll have spoiled Far From Home. I mean, that's what happened with the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. It spoiled Avengers Endgame. But I think this is the first time that Marvel don't have another film lined up yet. Makes for a nice change. Nah, I'm sure it won't last. There'll probably be another trailer like tomorrow.